Hey, sweets. Fall is coming, and I know you guys have a sweet tooth, so let's do something quick. Apple pie nachos. Listed are the ingredients that you will need to make this sweet, savory snack. It's real easy, and I think you guys might love it. So, I have a can of fried apples. I'm just using a medium sized saucepan. As you see, I'm going to dump my apples. I didn't drain them or anything. Straight into my pan. We're going to be gentle with it, but not really. These fried apples are a little bit like pie filling, but not a little bit like pie filling. So I have a half a cup of granulated sugar, white sugar. I chose not to use brown sugar. I don't know why. I just didn't. I don't really put brown sugar in my apple pie, so. And I'm going to add my vanilla extract. I'm just gonna measure. I might be a little bit over. I think I did 2 just for flavor. No. Well, if you guys want to do 2, it doesn't hurt. And I found this apple pie spice in Walmart. I have never seen it. And as you guys see, this is my first time ever using it. So I'll let you guys know that it really turned out good, but I haven't used it by itself yet. So I can't give it like a rating. As you see, I'm just now opening it on camera. So I might have to make an apple pie all the way from scratch and see if I like it, if it gets the approval of the bosses. And then we'll go from there. So I pretty much let my ancestors tell me where to stop with the seasoning. But, for all intents and purposes, maybe like 2 teaspoons, something like that. Because to me, the apples weren't really, they didn't have a lot of seasoning on them. And I didn't want to add cinnamon and nutmeg and all those things to it this time. This is actual butter. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in here. That's just 2 of the lines, and that little bit of excess that I accidentally split the butter wrong. So whatever, you know, a little extra ain't never hurt us. So as I'm doing that, I'm going to put this on the oven. I think I put it on the oven for probably about 6 minutes on medium to low heat. I stood there continually. Oh, let me be clear. I thought it was going to be runny, so I added some cornstarch. This part is optional. I had a little bit of water. I mixed the cornstarch in it real well. If you know, then you know. I put this in my peach cobbler mostly, not my apple pie. So I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I actually was very impressed. Of course, the more you do something, the more ideas you may have about it. And it may look like I'm putting a lot, I'm really not. It still looked kind of milky even after I had mixed it together. So it was still a little bit runny. And that was cool because, of course, once you add it to the heat, it begins to thicken up. And whatever sauce came with the apples helped it thicken up. So I'm just stirring, getting it all mixed in and integrated. And I'm going to pour that straight from the Pyrex straight into the saucepan with the apples and the butter and the vanilla extract and the sugar. All right. I'm showing y'all it's really not a lot. It may look like that on camera. It's not. It kind of looked like milk, but it was still good. And some of it was kind of stuck to the bottom. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would leave if it's stuck in the jar or whatever you're mixing in, just leave it. And this, here we are about to turn the heat on. You see, it's not a lot of butter. It's not a lot going on in this pot, but it's going to turn out really well. And I did cook on medium low. I just began to move my apples around so the heat could get to everything and everything ends up incorporated real well. The butter gets a good chance to mix with the apple pie seasoning. I got to tell you guys, it smelled like fall. It smelled amazing. So I thought this would be the perfect small snack, perfect fall snack. And this is what it looked like after about 6 to 8 minutes. I just took it off the stove and I did actually stir it some more to make sure that everything was incorporated. There was no lumps. There was nothing from the cornstarch, nothing that wasn't mixed in or melted. And I moved on to my tortillas. Now, cut your tortillas how you want to. You can rip them, you can do what you want. But like I said, apple pie nachos. So I took 4 tortillas, I laid them out. I laid my shells one on top of another, and I began to line them up pretty much as evenly as I could because, of course, we all know, if you know, tortillas are not always the same size. So here, I'm going to use a pizza cutter. You can use a knife, but I just was being lazy, y'all. I ain't going to beat you. I got this pizza cutter, and I said, well, we going to make this work. So I cut them in half, and you kind of got to be strategic with it. Separated them, showed y'all. Yep, put one half to the side. I'm going to cut my half in half. So now we got fourths. And I'm going to stack those to the side. Nope. Yep. Move them to the side. And then I cut them down to eighth. So at that point, that was the size that I wanted for my nachos. This is the size we do on taco night when we make nachos from scratch. So I thought that was a good size. It holds your apples. It's not too small. And let me go ahead and tell you guys, I let my youngest son make some of the sizes, some of the tortillas. He did some little special things with it. The smaller the tortilla, the harder it is to flip in the grease. So do with that information what you will. But I don't want you guys to burn your stuff up thinking, oh, they need to be small. They really don't. And here I am adding them to the grease. And I think the grease was on maybe, this is just vegetable oil, but I want to say it was on medium. I didn't have it turned up high because I did not want to scorch the grease or burn the tortillas. And you're just going to put them in for about 2 minutes or until they're a light golden brown. Some of them were laying on top of others, so I moved them around to make sure that they were cooking evenly. And boom, Bob's your uncle. Y'all see what it looked like. We love this for us. And right now, I don't know if I do it on camera, but I'm draining them on a paper towel to get the excess grease off. And I did not do it on camera. I'm so sorry, y'all. So I hit the nachos with some cinnamon and sugar. It's a mixture. It's just about 4 tablespoons of sugar to 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And you just mix it real well. And I guess I could put that down in the description. Sorry, guys. I was moving so fast. It smelled so good. And the babies was like, what are you doing? So then, of course, I'm trying to accommodate. So as you see, it's thick, but it's not thick. It's really, and this just set out for those maybe 6 minutes. Ooh, look at that. Yes, because yes, if you guys could smell it through the phone, but wait, there's more. It was absolutely a must that we did this part. Vanilla ice cream, baby. And yes, because now you have a whole apple pie on your plate, but it's nachos. Talk to me nicely. If you make this, let me know how it turns out. Let me know what your favorite fall flavors are. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Voila.